So coming from South China Morning Post, after triggering price war, DeepSeek reverses course with surcharge on peak hour API use. So I kind of think this is an interesting story as we start to see China go up market, where they stop competing necessarily specifically on price, and they really start competing on the overall product that they're offering. So I talked about this before with CXMT. So CXMT is a memory manufacturer in China. And one of the interesting things right now is there is the RAM shortage, the memory shortage because of the disaster going on with artificial intelligence in the world right now. And one of the ideas was that CXMT was supposed to be a price buffer to the normal companies that were producing memory. So you got SK Hynix out there, you've got Samsung, you've got Micron, and the idea is that those companies would be selling their memory at a high price, but that China would come in with CXMT and be willing to sell their memory at a lower price because they're Chinese companies. And everybody knows if you buy from China, the price is always going to be lower. The curious thing with this, though, is CXMT looked at the market for memory and they said, well, right? Basically, if the market, the demand in the market is at such a degree, there's simply not enough product out there. Why should CXMT leave money on the table and not charge as much as they possibly can? Why should Samsung or Micron charge the highest possible price that they can get, and CXMT is expected to take the Chinaman's price when they go out and sell their product? So CXMT has basically gone out there and more or less they are simply selling their memory at the rate that the global market is willing to pay. And I think that is a very interesting thing to think about, how the dynamics with Chinese manufacturing have been changing over a number of years. And so one of the big things here with DeepSeek, and they're starting to increase their prices, is one of the arguments with the Chinese models is that they are the cheaper model. Why pay OpenAI or Anthropic when you can pay a sixth of the price for a Chinese model and get a good enough result? Maybe it's not quite as good as OpenAI or Anthropic, but look, if you're within 1 or 2% of the quality of those frontier models, and you only have to pay a sixth the price, why not just go with that particular model? It makes more sense in the business world. What I think is going to be kind of interesting as we move forward, though, is as these Chinese models become better and better and better, as they become more trusted brands in the global technology world, there is going to become a point where these Chinese models do not have to take a hit to their revenue simply because of that they're Chinese, right? The idea that Chinese should always be cheaper. It will come to the point where they can simply sell their products on the open market for what the open market is willing to bear. And I think that's kind of curious here to see DeepSeek starting to increase their prices, and it shows you where we're going with Chinese technology. So we go down here. Chinese artificial intelligence unicorn DeepSeek is introducing peak hour surcharges for its API services, bucking a fierce domestic price war it helped start, in which rivals have been aggressively undercutting each other to capture market share. The Chinese AI champion will double the price for its access to its V4 AI models through its application programming interface during peak hours, 9 a.m. to noon and 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Beijing time, according to an email sent to service subscribers on Monday. Huangzhou based DeepSeek attributed the price increase to the need for, quote, better distribution of resources and to enhance service stability, according to the email. And so basically, I think what all this really comes down to is demand. Right? They have a tremendous amount of demand on their systems during a specific time period. And so either they can go out and they can overinvest in their infrastructure. So if you look at OpenAI, right? OpenAI has massively overinvested in their infrastructure without knowing how they're going to get to profitability. Literally to the point at this point in time, if they don't hit a $1 trillion IPO, Literally, Sam Altman has said that's a non-starter. Sam Altman has now basically publicly come out and stated if they don't hit a $1 trillion valuation, OpenAI essentially is dead. That seems to be what we're reading in the tea leaves from what Sam Altman is saying, right? Because they have so massively overinvested into their infrastructure long before they figured out what profitability even looks like. So it's interesting here, and this is what we see with the difference between China in the AI race and the United States in the AI race. United States builds bubbles. China builds tech stacks, right? So they build out their infrastructure in order to be able to meet market demand. Market demand goes up. They don't necessarily run out and spend $100 billion building new data centers. It's like, hey, look, we're hitting peak demand during these particular periods of time. What if we increase our prices? We double our prices during those periods of time to see if we can balance out the load on our systems before we do more massive investment. Which, as I say, I think is a better strategy. I think this is a better strategy. This is not being a Sinophile. This is not saying, "Oh, I love everything about China." I'm just saying, look, I think this business strategy makes more sense than what OpenAI is doing. Um, Let's see here. Under the new pricing, peak hours cost for its V4 Pro will be increased to 12 won, basically $1.77 for every million output tokens from the standard rate of 6 won during non-peak times. The new price applies to all V4 models, the company said in a separate notice. DeepSeek triggered a price war in May when it announced a permanent 75% discount on V4 API access, forcing rivals like ByteDance and Tencent Holdings to follow suit. The price increase will take effect when the official version of the V4 model, initially released as a preview version in late April, goes online in mid-July, it said in the email. So we will see how this goes as essentially, Chinese models and Chinese companies start increasing their prices as they start getting more demand on their services, and we'll see how that goes as a business model. My argument is, I think it makes a hell of a lot more sense. Hey, but before you build out that $100 billion data center, why don't you try to extract just a little bit more money out of your customers first? Let's figure out if this is a viable business for the future, or if we're just going through an idiotic bubble, right? Better not to invest a ridiculous amount of money into an idiotic bubble. I don't know. But that's what I think. As a non-boomer, that's kind of my opinion on that. So what do you think about this? What do you think about DeepSeek doubling the price of their APIs during peak demand? So basically during 6 hours a day, during those periods of time, the cost will double. Again, but is $1.77 for a million output tokens? That's the other thing to be thinking about with this too. Is I would argue this is probably going to hammer anybody doing like large amounts of processing, like a lot of like electronics records processing, that type of thing. Because if you're talking about $1.77 for a million output tokens, right? If you're just doing chat, if you're doing like relatively basic communications back and forth, that's still going to be penny. That's still going to be fractions of a cent per session or whatever with DeepSeek. So what do you think about this? Do you think this is a good way to go? Do you think this is showing that China, the Chinese companies seem to have a better grasp on how to run an AI business, or I don't know? What are your thoughts? Put your thoughts down in the comment section. If you like these videos, do remember they're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. Also, if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.